for that reason, and
Yes, why? I have a few
Going to have Soramundi Lesbian Choir perform a couple of songs for us before we read the names of the folks who have died and do a moment of silence. So.
Lots of words.
Put on your face. Know your place. Shut up and smile. Don't spread your legs. Ooh, I could do that. But no one knows me, no one ever will. If I don't say something, if I just lie still, will they see a monster scare them all away? If I let them hear what I have to say, I can't keep quiet. I can't keep quiet. A one-woman riot. I can't keep quiet. For If I don't say something, take that dry blue pill. They may see a monster, they may run away, but I have to do this. I can't keep quiet. No, 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 no. I can't keep quiet. No, 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 no. A one-woman riot. No, 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 I can't keep quiet. No, no, no. There'll be someone who understands. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Oh, there'll be someone who understands. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Oh, there'll be someone who understands. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Oh, no, I can't keep quiet. No, I can't keep quiet. No, I can't keep quiet. No, 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 I can't be No, your mom don't get it, and your dad don't get it, Uncle John don't get it. And you can't tell Grandma 'cause her heart can't take it, and she might not make it. They say don't dare, don't you even go there, cutting off your long hair, you do as you're told. Tell you wake up, go put on your makeup, this is just a phase you're gonna outgrow. There's something wrong in the village, in the village. Oh, they stare in the village, in the village. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It's true, it's true. Something wrong with the village, with the village. There's something wrong with the village. And the rumors follow you from Monday all the way to Friday dinner. From Monday a shelter, then it's Sunday hell to pay you, young lost sinner. Well, I've been there sitting in that same chair, whispering that same prayer 500,000 times. It's a lie though, buried in disciples, one page of the Bible isn't worth a lie. There's something wrong with the village, in the village. Oh, they stare in the village, in the village. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It's true, it's true. Something wrong with the village, with the village. There's something wrong with the village.
Michael.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words living in this world free. There will be an answer, let it be. For those that may be parted, there's a chance that we will see. There will be an answer, let it be. 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 There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is dark, there is still light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. Oh, won't you wake up to the sounds of music? The Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
Okay. I'm going to start reading the list of names of the people that we know died unhoused or due to chronic homelessness in 2019 in Eugene, Springfield, and Lane County. This list was created by people here, and that's the best option we had, and a lot of people started planning this event only 2.5 weeks ago, so we reached out to as many groups as possible, but we know there are lots of names that we're learning tonight and lots of names who are not on this list, but we will do our best. Louis Abreu, born in 1951, died in 2019. Corey Abel, born in 1986, died in 2019. D. Ackies, born in 1966, died in 2019. Kevin Alexander, born in 1964, died in 2019. Jonna Bauman, born in 1980, died in 2019. Jesus Benavides, born in 1962, died in 2019. Joseph Boutini was born in 1965 and died in 2019. Anthony Billington was born in 1961 and died in 2019. Eric Bosmer was born in 1970, died in 2019. Thomas Campbell was born in 1959 and died in 2019. Jeremy Constant was born in 1979 and died in 2019. Scott Damon was born in 1957 and died in 2019. Stanley Everest was born in 1951 and died in 2019. John Garrett was born in 1952 and died in 2019. Karina Harris was born in 1974 and died in 2019. Roger, as most of us knew him, Tennessee Hedrick, was born in 1954 and died in 2019. Chris Hope was born in 1967 and died in 2019. Martin, or as most of us knew him, Moshe Immerman, was born in 1953 and died in 2019. Melise Jenkins was born in 1957 and died in 2019. Corey Landis was born in 1979 and died in 2019. Mary McClanahan was born in 1987 and died in 2019. Phil McLaughlin was born in 1973 and died in 2019. Annette Montero was born in 1962 and died in 2019. Randall Prim was born in 1951 and died in 2019. Joseph Pulse was born in 1980 and died in 2019. James Ray was born in 1962 and died in 2019. Michael Rogers, born in 1970, died in 2019. Austin Schultz was born in 1997 and died in 2019. Marlo Sirotto was born in 1975 and died in 2019. Jay Squires was born in 1958 and died in 2019. Ellen Watson was born in 1958 and died in 2019. Jeffrey Wright was born in 1977 and died in 2019. Robert Van Sant was born in 1961 and died in 2019. Some names we learned tonight were Joe Isaac, Irish, Daniel O'Brien. There are more names that we will honor with candles later that have been brought to my attention. And right now, First Christian is going to ring their bells 32 times, one for each person who was on our list when we started this event. And we're not totally sure if we're going to be able to hear them, but I think if we also take this as a moment of silence, we might be able to. Thanks. I'm going to call Pastor Dan. Last year, Lane County reported that 3 unhoused people died in 2018. From everyone's best efforts, we know at least 32 people who were unhoused at their time of death or chronically homeless died in 2019, but probably more. Only 3 people died in 2018, but this year, 3 people who lived on the streets have died since we started planning this event only 2.5 weeks ago. I think it was important for us to feel the weight of this number because for many of us, to think of this number is to feel the heavy weight in our hearts. When we think of this number, we don't just think of a figure we hope will be politically seen or at least actually acknowledged. We first think of the funny, special, smart, or profoundly suffering spirits of the humans we knew and were in community with. So we are grateful tonight to share these special moments now in true community and solidarity together with the hope to give some closure and visibility to these lives and deaths. We look for hope in the streets that are homes for so many. We look for solutions coming from the supposed top down. But we do not find solutions when we look, and in our search for change, we see more death. We see more eviction notices on tents that line the streets of our formerly radical neighborhoods whose very culture and art was built on the intolerance of this exact kind of policing. And increasingly, we see more planter boxes where these evicted tents were. Cedar flower boxes, aluminum wash bins, even tires that are filled with tiny shrubbery or dying flowers from the fall, sanctioned with permits from our city. The prettiest flowers are downtown, but most of those flowers have a chain fence around them because apparently flowers must be protected from the public and provided a safe space to grow. Sometimes there are even high-tech cameras on trailers surveilling the flowers, making sure no one lays down a sleeping bag that might infringe on the planter's sidewalk space. We would even have to break the rules just to access a garbage can that is among the giant urns of flowers at Broadway and Olive, a garbage can chained off like an exhibit in a museum, dedicated to the moment in history that we watched our city continue to come up with new, quick, and creative ways to further criminalize homelessness while never prioritizing the very urgent need for humanitarian aid that could save lives. We are watching freedoms being given to planter boxes so that they can prosper and grow while our neighbors in crisis, human beings, are actively being denied those same sidewalk freedoms that might allow them to survive, much less prosper. No rules in the form of flowers and planter boxes can change the fact that it is hundreds of people's best option to sleep on the sidewalk. No flowers can change the fact that there are over 2,000 people in a housing crisis in our city with nowhere to go or call home. We have seen the quickness of proposing and sometimes approving downtown dog bans, puppy bans, smoking bans, panhandling bans, and $150,000 cameras on trailers to assist the growing enforcement of these policies. Measures that are reactionary and aim to serve the cries from corners of our community who actively insult homeless folks and advocate for their mass incarceration. No solutions have been seen through that would serve the greatest needs of the vulnerable people suffering the most in this homeless crisis. Yes, the city can say they are addressing homelessness, but no, they cannot say they are helping the homeless. So tonight, we are here to find each other, to make space to share the stories of the people we cared about, stories we are alone in carrying, the stories that no one is willing to hear. We are here to say thank you to the peer support workers, case managers, outreach workers, caring nurses and doctors, drug and alcohol counselors, social workers, EGAN volunteers, first responders, church volunteers, crisis workers, empathetic community members, and every damn person who works at the sobering station at Willamette Family Buckley House, the only place providing a low-barrier wet shelter in this county. We are here because we know that none of the people we are honoring chose this lifestyle. We are here because we reject the continued rhetoric that there are these types of homeless people who want help and those types of people who are happy to remain on the streets. We know almost no one who has lived the reality of life on the streets and says they do so out of complete choice. And we are here to reframe the concept that one of the biggest issues is that people travel to Eugene to seek services in our city. This is a negligible myth, and in a national landscape of a homelessness crisis, opioid crisis, suicide crisis, transgender people getting murdered crisis, if our city has a reputation of being safe, then we are doing something right. Let's do more of it. Let's make the safest place possible for refugees of a hostile world who have no other options for sanctuary. We are here because we need to be, whatever that reason is, we knew we needed to be here. We are here to dedicate ourselves visibly to support better conditions. We are here to fight against something as beautiful as flowers if we have to, because we know those are not just flowers on the sidewalks, and we know that even flowers will die when they are outside, unsheltered, in containers that were never meant to hold them, exposed to the harsh elements of this city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ken is going to play us a song on the bagpipe again.
Sweet